Today we're doing a restorative sequence to sort of balance out our vinyasa, our high intensity practice yesterday. Today, exact opposite. So props you're gonna need, a bolster, and then anywhere from 1 to 3 blankets. So for today's restorative practice, we're gonna start 1 blanket on our mat to sort of provide some extra padding for our knees and our feet. And we're gonna bring our bolster out in front of that. Let's keep our other blankets within arm's reach, but we're gonna start a supported balasana or child's pose. So big toes are gonna come to touch. Knees out about as wide as the bolster. Then we're gonna start bringing our seat down toward our heels and then lengthening the torso forward. You can slide your bolster in. As you turn your head to one direction and rest your cheek there. Good. Now a couple things we can do. If you're coming down here and you're uncomfortable, let's say your hips are floating up, not quite touching your heels, totally common, not a problem. We can come up, take one of our other blankets, fold it or roll it as much as you need to, slide it on top of the calves and close the gap. And a second thing, if lowering all the way down onto that bolster is uncomfortable, you can take either a second bolster or a folded blanket or several folded blankets and create a little bit more height. Important thing here is to be really, really, really comfortable. So once you found your variation, you can let the eyes close down. Take a few breaths. Think about breathing with the front of the body and the back of the body evenly. Soften the muscles of the face, soften the jaw, soften the shoulders. And after we've been here a little while, we're simply going to lift the head, turn the gaze to the opposite shoulder and lower back down. Still breathing with the entire torso. Breathe evenly with the front and the back body. Zero effort. Anywhere you're holding on, anywhere you're tight, soften, breathe into it. Soften the face. Release the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Soft, soft, soft. Good. Now slowly, you can keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft. We're going to start to walk with the hands. Come up out of our posture. We'll set up for our second pose. So if you have lots of extra height, we're going to shift that off to the side for now. We're going to swing our hips around, remove any props from behind the knees. Good. We're going to bring our left hip up against this bolster now. And if you'd like some extra padding between the legs, we're going to take one of our folded blankets, slide it between the knees. So both knees are bent, left hip is toward the bolster. We're going to turn the torso to face the prop, lengthen, and walk forward, and release down. This is our restorative variation, Supta Machandrasana. So this kind of reclined twisting pose, but a little bit turned around. Breath is up and down the full length of the spine. The head can be turned the same direction as the knees. That'll be the gentlest version of this twist. If you'd like to twist a little deeper, there's always the option to turn the gaze over to the opposite shoulder. But remember, really what we're looking for is to be as relaxed as possible in the pose. So that's likely the gaze the same direction as the knees. We'll breathe up and down the full length of the spine. Soften the shoulders and the neck. Good. As you're ready, we're going to walk ourselves up. Keep the gaze softer, the eyes closed, and we're simply going to turn over to the second side. Right hip now toward the bolster. Blanket between the knees. If you'd like extra padding, turn to face the bolster. Lengthen the spine as you lower down. Same as the first side. The head can be turned the same direction of the knees. If it's comfortable, it can go over the opposite shoulder, but go for absolutely the most comfortable variation. Breathe up and down the full length of the spine. Good. Just a few more moments. See where you can soften even more. As you're ready, gaze stays soft. We're going to walk ourselves up. We're going to set up for final little pose, sort of a modified Shavasana. We're going to turn our bolster the short way. It's going to go underneath our knees. We're going to take our blanket, fold it into just a little pillow to place underneath our head. Then we'll lower onto our backs. Tuck our bolster directly under our knees. Tuck our blanket directly under our head. Let the feet fall how they want to fall. Hands fall how they want to fall. Eyes closed all the way down. Take some deep breaths to settle into your posture. Okay. I'm going to leave you here as long as you'd like to stay here. I'm going to recommend at least 2 or 3 minutes, but take 5 or 10 minutes if you can spare it. Relax here in Shavasana as long as you'd like to, and we'll see you tomorrow.